Sinisterism is about finding the primal aspects of the left-hand path, primal in history, primal in the psyche, thus obtaining truth. Thomas LeRoy.
Greetings, my friends, and welcome back to your dose of sinister heathenry. But for those new to the channel, I'm Thomas LeRoy, founder of the International Left-Hand Path organization, the Sect of the Horn God. The sect is an educational foundation created to not only make those with the black flame aware of its glow, but to also restore the shadow aspects to the ancient gods by going deep into the past, not only historically, but also psychologically. For the primordial depths of the psyche are limitless. So, if this sounds interesting, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to learn more, join the organization, the Sect of the Horn God, at the link down below. Thank you. What you're seeing are clips from the film The Northman, which is, in my opinion, one of the best films in a long time. Most Viking movies and TV shows are crap, but this movie was the most accurate portrayal of the Viking Age ever. Also, it did an excellent job of portraying both the material and metaphysical as perceived by an individual who would have lived during that age, as in the main character's perception of reality. Anyway, I was talking to a friend who had recently watched the film and said he liked it, but was disappointed with the ending. Now, this is a spoiler warning for those who haven't seen the movie, so if you don't want to know the ending, turn down the volume or go forward until you no longer see this warning sign. I told my buddy I thought it was the perfect ending because the main character, Amleth, dies while fighting his uncle and is thus allowed to enter Valhalla. For those who don't know, Valhalla in Norse mythology is a vast hall located in Asgard, the realm of the gods. But it's not a place for all souls who pass into the afterlife. Instead, it's reserved for a select group of warriors chosen by Odin from among those who died bravely in battle. And why did Odin feel the need to acquire these warriors, the best of the best? It's because he needed warriors for when Ragnarok was to come. Also known as the Twilight of the Gods. Ragnarok is a cataclysmic event in Norse mythology that marks the end of the current age and the beginning of a new one. This reflects the cyclical nature of Norse mythology, where creation and destruction are intertwined in a continuous cycle of death and rebirth, not unlike the Hindu concept of the yugas. The word Ragnarok is derived from Old Norse, with Ragna meaning gods or rulers and Rock meaning fate or destiny. Thus, Ragnarok can be interpreted as the fate of the gods. At the heart of the Ragnarok myth are the Norse gods led by Odin, Thor, and, on the other side, Loki. These deities inhabit Asgard, the realm of the gods, which is connected to Midgard, the world of the humans, by the Rainbow Bridge Bifrost. However, the peace of the gods is disrupted by the machinations of Loki, the trickster god known for his cunning and mischief. Loki's reaction set in motion a sequence of ominous signs and events that lead to Ragnarok. This include the murder of Balder, the beloved god of light and beauty, whose death symbolizes the onset of darkness and chaos. Thus, Heimdall blows his horn to warn the gods of the impending doom. As that great final battle approaches, the forces of chaos and destruction gather strength. The great wolf Fenrir breaks free from his chains and joins the fray, while the serpent Jormungandr thrashes in the sea, causing massive floods and devastation. And the gods, aware of the impending doom, muster their forces for the final battle where the fate of the cosmos will be decided. The Battle of Ragnarok is fierce and bloody, with gods, giants, and monstrous creatures clashing in epic combat. And many prominent figures meet their end in this cataclysmic conflict. Thor slays Jormungandr, but succumbs to its venom, and Fenrir devours Odin. Now, as my longtime viewers will know, I've made many videos on Odin. This is because he's one of the most important of all the sinister gods. What the fuck, you neo-pagans may be exclaiming? Odin's like Santa Claus. He's not sinister. Look a little deeper, you hippie, because exploring Odin from a left-hand path perspective offers a nuanced understanding of one of the most complex deities within all of mythology. In most interpretations, Odin is a benevolent figure, a wise leader, a protector of humanity, and a Norse Yahweh. However, on the left-hand path, we delve deep into the darker aspect of Odin's character, highlighting his want of esoteric knowledge, initiation, and individual empowerment. An example of his left-hand path nature is the fact he is a master of magic and sorcery, known for his ability to shapeshift, yield powerful runes, and engage in shamanic practices. As anyone with the slightest bit of knowledge knows, left-hand path practitioners utilize magic as a means of personal transformation, empowerment, and transcending conventional limitations. While Odin is revered as a god of wisdom, he's also a god of war and battle, and the left-hand path acknowledges the importance of embracing one's inner strengths in warrior spirit, not just in physical combat or conflicts, but also in facing life's challenges. Odin is often depicted as a god who initiates chosen individuals through trials and ordeals, testing their resolve and commitment to higher truths. This theme resonates with the left-hand path's emphasis on self-initiation, inner transformation, and embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. Odin's tendencies for unconventional methods and willingness to defy societal norms and expectations align with the left-hand path's rejection of dogma, conformity, and external authority in favor of autonomy. Odin is depicted as a powerful and cunning god willing to make sacrifices and take risks to gain knowledge and power. His pursuit of wisdom is so great, he's willing to sacrifice himself on the world tree Yggdrasil for knowledge of the runes, the ancient symbols of magical knowledge, and even pluck out one of his eyes at Mimir's well in exchange for wisdom and foresight. These acts symbolize the willingness to make personal sacrifices for the attainment of esoteric knowledge, a concept central to the left-hand path. And why did he feel the need to utilize these dark practices? It's because he knew his fate at Ragnarok. Odin was aware of the prophecies foretelling the end of the world, of the final battle against the forces of chaos, and his encounter with the monstrous wolf Fenrir, fulfilling his role in the cosmic cycle, even at the cost of his own life. This symbolic act represents the end of the old order and the transition to a new era, where the cycle of creation and destruction continues. Odin's death is not portrayed as a defeat, but as a necessary step in the cycle of renewal. His sacrifice contributes to the eventual rebirth of the world and the emergence of a new generation of gods and heroes. In Norse mythology, Odin's role at Ragnarok embodies themes of fate, sacrifice, and eternal struggle. His actions and choices during this pivotal event exemplify the complexity of his character and his significance in the shaping of the destiny of the cosmos. From a psychological perspective, Ragnarok can be interpreted as a metaphor for inner turmoil, personal transformation, and the cyclical nature of the human experience. This tale of chaos and destruction, of the world being consumed by fire and water, the sky splitting open, and the sun and moon being devoured by wolves, reflects the process of cleansing and renewal. Simply put, destruction, the key aspect of Ragnarok, symbolizes the annihilation of the old and the potential for a new beginning. This is the metaphorical process of transformation, where old beliefs, patterns, and identities must be dismantled before new growth and insight can emerge, which is not unlike the actions of Shiva the Destroyer. Just as the world undergoes destruction before rebirth in Ragnarok, individuals often face periods of crisis or upheaval that pave the way for personal growth and renewal. The characters and events in Ragnarok are replete with psychological symbolism. As I've pointed out earlier, Odin represents the quest for knowledge and self-discovery on the left-hand path. His willingness to sacrifice for dark wisdom, as in his pursuit of the runes and his sacrifice of an eye, reflects the psychological journey of seeking deeper understanding and insight into oneself. The battles and conflicts in Ragnarok, such as Odin's confrontation with Fenrir, can be interpreted as inner struggles and the challenges we face in confronting our fears, limitations, and shadow aspects. Fenrir, a symbol of chaos and destruction, represents our personal demon, that which must be confronted and integrated to achieve wholeness and psychological balance. Otherwise, it will devour us. Also, the concepts of fate and destiny in Ragnarok have psychological implications. The fact that Ragnarok was foretold in prophecy reflects the idea that certain life events and transitions are beyond our control. This echoes the psychological concept of acceptance and resilience in the face of adversity, acknowledging that some experiences are part of the natural course of life and growth. Furthermore, Ragnarok's emphasis on cycles and repetition speaks to the cyclical nature of human experience and the ongoing process of death and rebirth and personal development. Just as Ragnarok represents the end of one era and the beginning of another, individuals often experience cycles of growth, transformation, and renewal throughout their lives. Thus, viewing Ragnarok from a psychological perspective allows one to understand themes of transformation and resilience in the depths of the psyche. In conclusion, my friends, the mythical tale of Ragnarok isn't just the name of some half-assed Marvel movie or a quaint old story the Vikings told each other. It carries some real profound symbolic and mythological significance. It reflects the Indo-European worldview of cyclical time where death and rebirth are natural and inevitable. It serves as a powerful narrative that explores themes of destiny, resilience, and the enduring cycle of creation and destruction in the inner cosmos of the individual. Ragnarok is a potent symbol for understanding the darkness within, thus allowing personal growth on this road towards self-discovery called the left-hand path. Until next time.